Hello everyone, welcome again to our very own channel vipareetachakra. Today I'm gonna discuss about a topic which relates to my previous video, that is death. So if you all haven't seen my previous videos, haven't heard about them, please go and check them at once, because otherwise whenever my future videos come and whenever I explain something, you won't be able to get the things correctly. So it's better to know everything from before, and means get ready for everything that comes. When that is only possible when you know what has happened. That's why people study history. All should know about it. So without wasting time, let's start. So what is death? What death is? What do we know about death? Is it really what we know? Whatever we know, is it really true? We know that generally people say that death is, the end of life cycle, when a person is not moving, not breathing, and they call it dead body or dead person. And you see that this is a general phobia. There are various medical definitions. I'm not going towards them. It's a general phobia that people fear death. So I don't know why they fear death, because they don't know anything much about death. They just know that whatever doing, whatever they're enjoying, whatever they're eating and going and sleeping, and that's all their life, which they call life. So I explained in our previous video. The end of all these things is death. See, this is at a point correct. It's not that it's totally wrong, but the thing is that it's not totally what we call death. Now, what our scriptures or our religious texts say, what does philosophers say about death, what does occult say about death, that's what we're gonna discuss here. Death actually means the end of anything. Anything that ends is called so-called death generally. But here the question is, what is end? What is ending? You are doing something. Let's understand this by a simple example. You're doing some work, and your work is done, is over, and you have finished it, and you keep it. You are writing some notes in your copies, in your notebooks, and you have finished writing and you have kept it. That's all that ends of that work. So did your work die? Can you say that my work is dead? Or you have finished cooking and kept every utensil and all everything clearly, you have finished your food, you means you have washed your utensils and kept everything ready, and now your mom comes home, suppose, and asks you, is the food ready or whatever. So will you say your mom that, yes mom, my food is dead, or I'm dead with my food? Will you say that? No, of course not. See, this is not death. What is ending now? This is all. These are all our endings. Ending of our works, ending of our daily chores, ending of our anything. It can be, but that is not always death. Yeah, death means that the end of life actually is called death. Now, what is life? I have discussed in my previous videos. Still, I am saying that in a line that consciousness, the supreme consciousness, is what is truly known as life. So what is death? Moving away from that supreme consciousness is known as death. This is to say in one line, just like this previous one. In my previous video I've said about life. So moving away from the supreme consciousness is true death. It's not the death that we face in our lives, or that which we hear about our relatives or friends, or about that thing which we feel sad about. It's not that. That is not death. whoever or whatever. See, in occults, we believe in soul. Soul means the soul, or in Sanskrit it's known as Atman. Atma is soul in English. Hindi also it is known as Atma. So that that never dies. Okay. So our bodies may end, our daily chores may end, our jobs may end, whatever our relationships may end, but the soul never dies. So death happens only to natural things, only to natural consequences or natural states which begin, and that which never ends or never begins is pure consciousness, which is God. So you can always call that pure consciousness is equal to God, and that God alone never dies. That does not mean that we die. We are not away from God. We need to understand these things. We are not separated, we are not punished, we are not different. What differences we make or we understand to be different is that which we make ourselves. It's not that God made that all for us. It's not that we should believe in them. It is not right. The differences which may make in our lives, which makes us different from each other, that's different. But we should not make differences between us and God. We should never do that. When that happens, then and then only, that's the true death. That's the true end of pure consciousness, which means that it's not the end of pure consciousness. It's you who is making, is ending its contact, who is ending his contact with pure consciousness. That is death. That is the end of life, and that is moving away from God. And though we cannot move away from God, still, just to make you people understand that, otherwise it will become very difficult to understand for us all. So this is what death is. Okay. So we should not fear death, because death is very natural and it is very happening. The natural death I am talking about, but that is not true death. What we should fear about is going away from the pure consciousness, going away from our consciousness, going away from our consequences is what truly death means. So we need to be very careful. We should not, in any case, be different or think different or act different from God. We should always try to be indulged in godly matters, in godly deeds, in everything which connects us to God and which connects God to us. And only then we can truly conquer death. Not much to say. If you have any questions for today, that's all I think. If you people have any questions or anything you want to ask, or you want to have any personal, but no, anything you want, any psychological treatment or anything you want to discuss with me, anything, just you can always contact me in my email address. You can mail me, and also if you want to ask anything, you can comment. And I'll also request you, which I do every time, that to like, share and subscribe my channel, so that everyone gets benefited from the small things. See, these things are very small, and maybe many people know this or maybe many don't know. But the thing is that we sometimes, even though we know, we forget them. We can't apply them to our practical lives. So this, you should keep in mind that these things should be practically done, should be practically, you should expose yourself to these things practically, and only then you can benefit from them. And that's what I am reminding everyone. I'm reminding you all, and for that reason I have created this channel, to make everyone aware that what truth is, what life is, and what everything is, what we are actually. And only then we can lead life, we can do everything, otherwise nothing is possible. So that's all. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. And okay, goodbye for now. See you again in some other video. Thank you.